guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today we are going to be updating my reading journal for the first week of January. So, guys, stick around. Alrighty, guys. So, I think what I need to do is use my little clamp to hold these down. And so I didn't want anything that I needed to think about when I was reading this week because I knew I had a lot of stuff going on. So I just pulled up some books. These three I had read a while back, several years ago, and I reread those, or I didn't physically read these, guys. I listened to them on Audible. And this is a Catherine Bobby books series. Now, I'm just going to give you a little heads up. They are a little spicy. I had forgotten about that, but they were easy to listen to. Just put them on if I needed to stop to run out to do something. It was okay. So they were great, and I enjoyed them for what they were, if that makes any sense. It was just something to listen to while I worked in the house getting stuff packed. So it's not my norm to listen to spicy. Sometimes you just don't know what you're getting until you start reading it, and then you're like, ooh, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not a prude, so I don't care. But anyway, I'm going to read anything and everything. So for me, it was just a really good read. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put that I listened to this book in Audible. I'm not going to rate the books. I think what I'm going to do is if I have a book that is exceptional that I really like, I'm going to put highly recommend. A book that I like that I think is good, but it's not something I'm going to recommend to someone. I'm just going to put good. And if I have a book that I really don't care about, I'm going to list it as okay or fair. I think that's the way I'm going to measure the books. So I put good book, a little spicy. This was a reread. The series is based on a wife placement company. So the premise behind this book is this woman owns a relationship placement or wife placement business. It's kind of like a dating service, but it's for people that are rich and famous who need a wife for a temporary period of time. Sometimes they grow into a permanent thing, but that's the premises behind it. And then every one of them has a mystery kind of theme to them. All of these books had something going on behind the scenes. It wasn't just the placement of the person as a wife. So, and in fact, fiance by Friday, they weren't placing her as a wife. He was trying to protect her, and they fell in love. So, the whole premise around here is all around this company. So, spicy. I, I have read books that are spicier than these, that are in just the mainstream writing. But I know some people like to know ahead of time. So if you don't want that kind of element in your book, don't read these. Oops. Again, and since I've already put that this is a wife placement company up here, I really don't feel the need to continue that. But this was a good book. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and recommend these to you guys because they're older books. They're not. I don't know. It was just something to listen to. I will say, um, the last one, Fiance by Friday. This one did have a little bit of a twist. So that one was better than the others. Alrighty, so now we're gonna flip. So we need to put these down this way. I need to do one, two, so I can keep up with how many books I have. Then I moved on to, I saw this in Instagram. It's a series. I know there's at least 3 books: The Fine Print, Terms and Conditions, and the final, I don't know what the last one's called. I listened to the first book on Audible, enjoyed it. I felt like the people, that was something I didn't put here, and I'm going to go back and put, okay, so in these three, I really enjoyed the narrator. It's the same, it's 2 people reading it, and I enjoyed the voice. I enjoyed the cadence. I felt like they the excitement, the struggle, the whole emotional side of the reading of the book was wonderful. Then I came to the fine print. I'm going to put these other two down and then I'll tell you these. These were a lot spicy on this page. Just saying, really spicy. So, the fine print, my take, it is loosely a theme park based on a company that one of the things they have is a huge theme park. And I felt like the theme park was based in Florida, huge, and had different worlds that you could visit. So you know where I'm going. Kind of was loosely kind of based on, could be thought to be Disney World, Disneyland, whatever. Just saying, that's my take on it. However, it's called Dreamland, and it was really, I really enjoyed that one. There was some spice to it, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I liked the narrator in the first book. So I started listening to the second book. I'm struggling with this book, with the narrators in the second book. I don't know why. I've never listened to these two, the people that are doing this book. Let me see if I can get their names. Let's see. Okay, so the first one was read by Desiree Ketchum and Aiden Snow. Wonderful. Their voice, I just like their voice with the reading and all of that. The second one was Maura Brehan and Jason Clark. I've listened to Jason Clark on other books and I liked him. I do not like his voice in this book. I don't like the voice of the female character in this book. Now, that's not to say that if I listened, I don't think I've ever heard her on anything else I've done. I'm going to pull her name and see what other books she's narrated, and then I'm going to try her out on another book because I think I might would like her. I just don't like her in this setting and in this book, which was Terms and Conditions. So what I think I'm going to do is pull that book and read it on my Kindle and see how I like it, because I think I'm going to like the premise of the book, just don't like the narrator. And that to me is one of the things that it will make or break a book for me if I don't like the narrator. I'm going to be honest. Okay, so um, let's see. So I listened to the book in Audible. It was a good book. Liked the narrator. It's loosely based on a theme park similar to Disney. A spicy book. Will continue the series, but I'm not going to continue the next book in Audible. I will read it. Now, let me tell you. Then Wendy went on an Instagram recommendation and started a series, which I'm going to finish this series. I've got them all, the rest of them downloaded to my Kindle, and I am reading them in my Kindle because sometimes I weigh the cost of a credit in Audible versus the price of the book. So these books I can get in Kindle. I can't remember if they were, pretty sure they were in the Kindle Unlimited, which is free. So it was a no-brainer for me to go back and get them in my Kindle and not Audible. And the first two I read, I used a credit, I believe. I think I bought one with a credit and bought one outright because it was cheaper to do so. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, these are ex-Navy SEALs. It's a lot spicy. I'm just saying, a lot spicy. Had to take a break. So, let's um, this one made me blush. I will say that it was a lot spicy. I will finish the series because I have a hard time when something is in a series not to read the whole series. And if I start a book, I can't stop it. There's probably less than 5 books that I have ever stopped reading and didn't go pick it back up at some point and finish it. Um, so I've started the series. I'm going to finish it. I would I purchase these books? Probably not, but because they were on Kindle Unlimited, uh, I'm going to finish the series. I believe this one has the same narrators for the whole series. I'm looking just to. Okay, so I knew this person's name rang a bell. Terms and Condition, Jason Clark was in one of the readers, and I didn't care for him in that book. Not putting two and two together. When I listened to Night Stalker and Protecting Olivia, Jason Clark and Carly Robbins narrates those books. I like him in these books. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's the voice that they're trying to portray or the feeling. I don't know. I did not like him in terms and conditions, but I like him in these books. I knew that name sounded familiar when I told you guys the name. Y'all gonna think I haven't read a book in Kindle. I have. Um, I'm in the middle of one of the books that I'm reading right now. It has been a little bit of a struggle this week for me to get back into my Kindle because I've been doing so much in the apartment trying to get everything closed down. When I get ready to go to bed, I just want to go to sleep. And sometimes it's easier to go to sleep listening to something. So I will I'll put this on timer, Audible on timer for an hour. I don't usually make it an hour before I'm gone. So I haven't read as much this week, but I do next week when I update, you will see that I am reading in my Kindle. Okay, so basically, I listened to it in Audible. It was a good book. Again, it was spicy. It's a continuation of the series. I will continue, but in Kindle. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just let y'all know ahead of time. This is going to be the first book that I do a book review with you guys on. I did listen to it this time in my Kindle. I have read this book once, maybe twice. And I think just once. And then I have listened to it in Audible twice. So I wanted to refresh my memory. This book came out in the fall. I say the fall. I don't know. I'm going to look it up really quick. Um, okay, so let me go into Amazon and see if I can find out when it was released. Uh, oh, I didn't realize it had been that long. This book was released in May. It was May 23rd, 2023. Um, I really enjoyed this book. Um, I kind of wanted her to continue this into a trilogy because there are three brothers, or two brothers and a sister in this book that I would have loved to have followed. Um, Now, the narrator, and I will talk about her in the review, I'm not going to go into it now, is one of the narrators that I love every single book that she has narrated, every single book. And she's probably my favorite person to listen to. And it kind of throws me off because I know Nora Roberts has used her, or she has narrated a lot of Nora Roberts books. I have listened to her on other books. I want to say it was the murder, women's murder group. which was, what is his name? I know his name. James Patterson. I think she's narrated some of his books too, right off the top of my head, but she has done a lot of books. I love her. Love her. I don't think I've ever listened to a book that she's done that I did not like. So I really like her, but I will talk to her to you guys about her more when I do the book review. And I think that will be coming out this next upcoming week. I'm going to try my best to get it um, re- recorded and uploaded for y'all, filmed and uploaded for you guys this week. So be looking for that. Love this book. This is book 7. Now, this is the first week of books that I have listened to or read. And like I said, next week there will be more books coming from my Kindle, a mixture of Kindle and my Audible. Again, this week it was really tough because I needed something to keep me busy, and so when I need to do something, I typically will listen to a book on Audible because it's like listening to a podcast or something else. It just I don't have to think about it. I just listen and go. And so I have gotten I'm at the pinnacle, I guess, or the apex of my journey right now, and I'm coming down the slope to the finish line. So I think this week is going to be a little bit easier for me as far as getting back into my Kindle. I'm looking forward to that so much. I did also set my goal in Goodreads. I put down 50 books. Guys, I know I'm going to exceed 50 books, and I know, at least I feel like I'm going to exceed 50 books, and hopefully I will. And I'm looking forward to sharing some of these books with you. I have a couple of books that I know I want to share with you that I don't feel like got as much love as they should have. And there you go. Now, I do read a lot of Nora Roberts. So, yeah, you're probably going to hear about a lot of her books from me. But I do read other books, and I know of a couple right off top of my head that are by other authors that I am going to share with you that I've really enjoyed. But I think this is going to be the first book that I do a book review on. So once I do the book review, I'll come back and mark it that I've done a review on it. So, guys, I hope you're going to like this series where I talk about books, give you my take on the books, and my review. So, guys, if you got this far along, put me a book down below. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get all the latest updates that I do. If you're been here a while and you've never hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do it, guys. And until next time, bye bye.